How are you guys doing? Yeah. My name's Luchana Gatica. I'm not Italian. I'm actually named after my father. His name's Lucio Gatica. And you guys don't know this, but my dad's a very famous Chilean singer who has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah. Yeah. You guys been down to Hollywood Boulevard? Probably, right? You know those stars you see when you're walking down like Hollywood and Wilcox and you're like, who the fuck is that? That's my dad. No, he actually has a really good spot. He's like right next to the Chinese theater, you know, where they have all the fun stuff. I have a star next to my name on the schedule at work where I wait tables. It says, call me, I'll pick up any shift. So it's pretty cool too. Following in Dad's footsteps. I turned 30 this year. Do we have any ladies? Any dirty 30s? Anybody? Yeah. Planned Parenthood is still my regular gynecologist, so again, things are going very well for me. Thanks for asking. Any ladies go to Planned Parenthood? Lucky enough. Planned Parenthood is like the 99-cent store of gynecologists. Like, that place is really fucking depressing because you might show up there with nothing, but there's no guarantee that you'll leave there with nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you might catch something in the waiting room, the bathroom, you don't know. And then when you leave, they give you like a paper sack filled with condoms and Plan B. Like as if to say, hey girl, we want you to practice safe sex, but you look like you fuck up a lot. We're gonna give you a 6-pack of Plan B. You look like you drink a lot of 2-buck chuck and make terrible decisions. This should tide you over until next year. Slut. Have any of you ladies ever slept with somebody that you despise so much that you go home immediately and take Plan B even though you used a condom and you're on the pill? Just a friend wanted me to ask. I don't know, she was curious. Me either. Me either. I feel like I have sluttier tendencies when I've been like freshly waxed though, right ladies? When we're like presentable to the world. It's like when your house is clean downstairs, you can invite people over, right? That's what you do. You clean it up, you invite people over, it's a party, it's nice. Every once in a while, somebody shows up unexpectedly, you have to pick that shit up immediately. You're like, I'll be right with you. And then you clean it up, and then you can let them in, but you won't let them stay long, because you know in the back of your mind they're gonna see some shit, right? They're gonna like open up a closet door, everything's gonna fall out. They're gonna look under the bed and see a mess. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And then sometimes somebody tells you that they're coming over and then they cancel and you just wasted $75 on a really clean house. You gotta get anybody over. I'll go back to Planned Parenthood for somebody to see that shit. Not wasting a good bikini wax at this point in my life. Does anyone, I'm just gonna keep asking questions in case you guys are wondering. That's what I like to do. I just want to make myself feel a little more normal. Has anyone bought a Groupon for a bikini wax? Good for you guys. You don't really want to cut corners when it comes to your vagina, okay? A bad bikini wax is like bad sex. If you spent that much time down there and I have to go home and finish the job myself, you need to, right? You need to work on your craft. It's a vagina, not a Rubik's Cube. Can I get an amen? Where'd that right come from? Yeah, well, I mean, I don't wax the whole thing. I don't want to make anyone feel like a pedophile. You know, I'm very respectful. So I just like leave a little strip. I went home, it was crooked. I'm like, well, that's embarrassing. Can't show that to anybody. I was like, well, I'll just shave it evenly. So then it just looked like a tumbleweed on my vagina. It looked like, you know Charlie Brown's friend Pigpen, that little cloud of dirt that follows him around? That's what my vagina looked like. It's a very Charlie Brown vagina. Getting a bikini wax, I don't know why like we put ourselves through that. It's so awkward. We're in this like bright room with unflattering lighting and we're naked just from the waist down. It's so creepy. And like this strange woman has her face in our vaginas and like she wants us to help her do her job. She's like, oh, hold your leg up. You're lying there like holding your leg up like a douchebag. And she'll be like, can you pull your lip to the side? I'm like, no, you fucking pull my lip to the side, lady. I didn't come here to touch myself in front of you. Unless you have a bottle of Don Julio under this table. Turn this into a party. And they always like want to make creepy small talk, right? And they're like, so do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no, bitch. That's why I'm paying you $75 to rip almost every hair off my vagina. So I can trap someone. So I don't have to do this shit anymore. I'm exhausted. And then sometimes you're like, oh, just leave me a little strip, and they leave you like a Hitler mustache. Which is really embarrassing, because I date a lot of Jews. Doesn't go over very well, unless I'm having hate sex. One time I was getting waxed. I'm gonna attempt a Russian accent. It's probably gonna sound Mexican, so you guys will understand. We're in Pasadena. She's waxing me, and she's like, "You have baby before?" Yeah, right? Like, that's not what you want to hear when someone's staring at your vagina. You know what I mean? I would have been less offended if she'd asked me if I'd had an abortion before. I was like, no, why? And she was like, oh, because you take pain so well. I was like, listen, Svetlana, you might want to fucking open with that next time before I start thinking I need a lot more than a bikini wax. It's rude. Should have just asked me if I've been with a black guy before. Which, no, I've not. I know you guys are very confused. I get it. I look like a broho. I look like a cross between a Kardashian and a living color fly girl. I understand. But no, I've not been with a black guy. I love black people. Where are the black people at? There's one, and I don't actually know what noise that was. That's what black. That's the so woo. That's what. Okay, remind me never to ask for the black people again. That sounded like a rapist. I love black people. I do. You should see my iPod. But like, what a black guy considers a compliment, not always a compliment. Like, you know, I'm a cocktail waitress. I wear a short skirt. I was waiting on this guy the other day, and he was like, damn, girl, look at them legs. You gonna hurt somebody. I'm gonna call you a squat rack. I was like, oh, you don't have to do that. That's okay. Did you want another Hennessy and pineapple, or some buffalo wings to go, maybe? I'll come back. I was sleeping with someone, though, who thought he was black from the waist down. He wore Magnum condoms, but he didn't need Magnum condoms. It's really confusing. I didn't realize it that night because I drank a lot of 2-Buck Chuck. But I looked in the trash can the next morning and I was like, who tagged in? Did I get gangbanged again? But I'm ready to settle down. You know, I'm Hispanic, I'm 30, I'm like way behind the curve. I should have like 3 kids by now. I should be a fucking grandmother by now, let's be honest. I'm a disgrace to my heritage. I was with my girlfriend the other day having lunch, and out of nowhere she was like, I hope we get pregnant at the same time. And I was like, I don't really think that's gonna happen on purpose. I mean, you're older than I am, you're getting married in a couple of months. I still have like a 4-year supply of Plan B to get through, so don't really think we're on the same path. And she responded with, you never know, you might surprise us all. What I heard was, you're a whore and Hispanic. Like, what does that mean? You might surprise us all. Like, what kind of surprise? Like, oh, you know, like, surprise, I met this guy, we're moving really fast. Or like, surprise, I'm this week's episode of I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant because I shit my baby out into the toilet. I don't know if I should be excited or depressed.